world premieres, and this is a special one. It's
Really?
written by one of the greatest video game composers of all time, the legendary Nobuo Uematsu. Here is the Game Awards
Uematsu?
Orchestra led by Lauren Balfe with
The
lead vocals
god?
from Lauren Allred, debuting the theme song from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Enjoy.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Jesse! Like we knew it! Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Dude, okay. Budenhagen! I'll be quiet. Dean! Okay. Okay. We're showing a lot. F you, Square. F you, Square. F you, Square. Wow, she is beautiful. Oh my God, chat. I'm okay. And the fact that Aerith is singing it. Beautiful. Oh my God, chat. We're gonna have to watch it again, the trailer. That trailer showed a lot. The world will be saved. But will you?
Every single bullet. Their ire manifests once more.
Oh man.
Do not underestimate this foe.
Your foe?
Sephiroth. What am I supposed to do? Their luck runs out, but mine doesn't.
Oh.
I'm the only one who gets a pass.
Jesus!
I don't even know who I am.
It's true, Chad. What we thought is
Everyone else
true.
remembers just fine. And know things I've got no right knowing.
Cloud, it's okay. You saved me before.
Oh my
It's
God,
turn.
Kate, Sith, and Tifa.
You or is it the pooch? I'm just messing with you. That there is our man.
When fate sets us a
Oh
challenge,
my God,
we must
Chad.
rise to meet it. Are you ready to rumble?
Aerith, is there anything I can do for you? I want to help.
Oh shoot! Oh, Titan looks good. Oh, Phoenix. Is that?
Look at me, Barret.
That was Bahamut, but that didn't.
You think I want Marlene
Was that
to see
Bahamut
what her father's become?
Neo?
Promise not to tell? When she wakes up, a scary man is gonna kill her.
I won't say that it was fate.
The music there, that was amazing.
I won't say that it was
Cali, you saw my face.
destiny. But if not, what good
Yeah, chat.
it be
We saw, this is what we saw yesterday at the Game Awards,
towards
right?
me? Could it be chance
God, the date.
till the day that we meet again? We're away.
Oh my God. The tiny Bronco. Oh, man. Oh, chat, Rebirth could be the one.
Please, I'm begging you. Lend me your strength.
Oh, Aerith, I will. All right, so obviously that showed way more. Yeah, this is. Oh, chat, I got a little bit teary-eyed. I'm not gonna lie. Even though last night I was basically crying. All right, so we're gonna watch it again. I'm not gonna go too crazy, but we gotta talk about this. So there was So Chad, there was stuff that some of us thought way back when, and I know Max was one of the first people to talk about this. Back when people said he was crazy for his ideas with 2020. I'm sorry, with Remake, a lot of the ideas that I had as well. About what happens in Zach's world, right? Zach's timeline.
I'm feeling every single bullet.
So we're gonna get to it in a second. Yeah, I know, Lisa. The singing is so good. So Budenhagen. So Chad, this is a very major story. Those of you who know Red 13, his story with Cosmo Canyon. This is a part of it that we all are looking forward to. This is one of the best parts.
Manifests once more.
And it's incredible.
Do not underestimate this foe.
It's incredible that once again, chat, and so Final Fantasy VII Remake included some like beginning bromance stuff with Barrett and Red 13, right? That stuff wasn't really in the original, not really, but like a lot of us fans, the way we interpreted it was that they became friends. And if you watch a lot of like jokes, machinima, like Final Fantasy VII Abridged, a lot of that stuff shows Red 13 and Barrett basically becoming super bros. Final Fantasy VII Remake immediately leaned into it, and because of that, it was actually even more incredible than before. So the fact that Barrett is here with him in this shot is just perfect. It's perfect. Vincent, Matt Mercer, of course, an amazing job. Vincent, the freaking god of the guns.
Sephiroth.
What am I supposed to do? Their luck runs out, but mine doesn't.
So this is crazy.
I'm the only one who gets a pass.
So this is crazy. So this is what we were talking about, chat. And I remember I was talking to people about this 3 years ago. Or not 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. Jesus Christ. Because, like, Avalanche was already going to do the reactor stuff, right? That's the whole point of Final Fantasy VII. If you paid attention to either the OG or the remake, they were gonna go do the bombing runs, right, on the reactors. The thing is, they realized they could use a bit more muscle. And so Tifa was like, oh, you know, Cloud, my childhood friend, he's great, he's soldier, he'll help us out. And so they bring him in. But what do you do if Cloud isn't there for that to happen in the same way, right? It looks like from if we are to believe this, everyone who pretty much Avalanche's this crazy cell got taken out. Now, granted, I thought Jessie would still be alive. So seeing this Red X, I wouldn't be surprised if she were alive in somewhere else. Like if she basically got away and hiding her identity. But this is crazy, dude. And the only one who seemingly got away was Biggs. Freaking crazy. It also makes me wonder a little bit if the Biggs we see at the end of Remake was actually from Zach's timeline and not ours. I'm not sure. I still believe it was in our timeline he somehow survived, but this would definitely make it seem like that was from Zach's timeline, right? And that's crazy. That's because you know, at the end of Remake, you find he's in the bed, right? He's like unconscious or whatever, sleeping, but he's in the bed at Aerith's house. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, this would seem to indicate that that was alternate Biggs, which we wouldn't have known, right? We wouldn't have really known until literally this trailer.
Sometimes I don't even know who I am. I forget things everyone else remembers just fine. And know things I've got no right knowing.
That I'm pretty sure that was night. That was
You saved me before. Now
Coral?
it's my turn.
Is it you, or is it the pooch? I'm just messing with you. That there is our man. When
that's obviously us, you know, trying to chocobo race our way to freedom, right? So yeah, as people mentioned, right, this is Dio, the muscle-headed mustache god of the Battle Square, which I can't wait to go to because the Battle Square in OG is just a really fun place, and you get some really important stuff there.
Fate sets us a challenge. We must rise to meet it. Are you ready to rumble?
Aerith, is there anything I can do for you? I want to help.
Now that's interesting. So chat, Sid, this is Sid. He's basically our next character, right? Voice is pretty good. Voice fits what we imagined back then. Maybe not quite as quiet like a country, but it works pretty well. But this is very interesting. This is very interesting because I am wondering, why is Sid being like, I want to help to Aerith, right? Because if you think back to the OG, those of us who did it, like, those of us who played the OG, it's like, I don't know if he's super, like if he and Aerith really had like a camaraderie that happened. So I'm curious what's up with this. And yeah, he sounds a bit more polite than you imagined, yeah. To be fair, he could be super horrible to his assistant. We'll see. You know, we'll see if they go that route in the OG, but I think he looks great. I think the design is perfect. The voice is really good, so I'm not upset at all. But yeah, I'm just really curious about this, right? I'm really curious. Now we get to the big stuff. Obviously, summons look great. You know, frickin' Titan looks wonderful. Phoenix looks great, which makes me wonder if the Fort Condor stuff is actually going to be the same. For those of you who don't know, you get Phoenix basically by doing the Fort Condor quest line. And technically we are before Junon. But I'm very curious because their health is way too low to get it when you would get it in the OG, right? So I'm curious. I'm curious when they're going to give us this access to this. Or if this is going to be another Chadley special that he puts together with Data, right? Now this right here, chat. So that definitely looks like Bahamut to me. This really looks like Bahamut. However, the way actually, you know what? I think it is Bahamut Neo Bahamut. Because the way he gets on all fours and does this blast very much reminds me of the way the blast looks from Neo Bahamut in OG. In OG, he basically lifts you up in the air, like Earth, and he does a blast, like that blasts you, and then it kind of cones out. This kind of reminds me of it, but not as goofy. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got, you know, Bahamut in 7 Remake, and we get Bahamut Neo, or Neo Bahamut here. That would make a lot of sense to me.
Look at me, Barrett. You think I want Marlene to see what her father's become?
Huge. I didn't think they were gonna do this. In the trailer we saw during the Game Awards, they showed Dyne, and I was like, wow, yeah, they're showing him, right? But they're pretty much going all out and letting people know. This is one of the best story moments in Final Fantasy VII for me. A lot of people who love the OG, I know you can't wait. You can't wait for that story and everything with Dyne, right? And the backstory, because it's incredible, but it's heartbreaking and it's tragic and it's sad and it's so insane. Oh man. But yeah, God, this game. Yeah, me too. And that's why, you know, Reb, when I saw when I saw Dyne, I was like, man, like this, they're showing a lot. The fact that they even had him say this is pretty intense.
promise not to tell? When she wakes up, a scary man is gonna kill her.
Little Marlene is so precious.
I won't say that it
And of course, this is beautiful, right? So, chat, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not crazy, right? That looks exactly like Jesse, right? Exactly like Jesse. Does anybody else agree with me? It's a little crazy. It looks exactly like her. Yes, that is Jesse. Yes. That is exactly what I said. I was like, this is Jesse. So that begs the question, well, what the fuck is going on? Where are we? Because obviously my assumption is that we're at the stuff that happens at, you know, the Golden Saucer. But I also assumed this was taking place in our timeline. And if this takes place, like, of all the people who died in 7 Remake, there is no question that Jesse died, right? So this has to be Zach's timeline. Now, again, this is why it's amazing, because a lot of us were saying, and again, Max is one of the people who was saying it the loudest and the earliest, when people were saying he was crazy, is that because that was Jesse's, you know, her alter ego dream, right? She wanted to be a performer, an actor. Her letters to her family were about her being an actress at the Gold Saucer. So this is perfect, right? This is perfect. But it's kind of crazy because, like, if this is happening in the Alter Gold Saucer, how much of Zach's story timeline are we going to get? We're going to get a ridiculous amount, right? It's like, it feels like they're setting it up to where Zach, literally half of the freaking story, or maybe not half, 25% of the story is going to be us as Zach following mostly in the footsteps of the main party, just in the different world, right? And meeting different people. Because there's no way this is happening. I mean, technically it could be happening at Midgar, but I assume it's happening at Gold Saucer, right? And you could totally see how, you know, Jesse let Biggs know that she was still alive, right? He's been keeping the secret. And they go to find her or something. But then does that mean that what they're showing us, a lot of the rest of it is Alter Gold Saucer? Because I thought it was real timeline, right? This is definitely real timeline. It has to be. This is the play, right? So it's very cute how they've cut it, but the more I look at it, you know what's crazy? I'm so curious. I'm so curious when this happens, dude. Because they cut it together, but this is definitely a different number, it feels like, right? It's cut very well to trick us. But man, where do we think this is happening, dude? I just can't wait. I need more, man. Oh, the fact that they gave Aerith such a beautiful voice makes me so happy. Yeah, man. Oh man, we're going to Nibelheim, chat. You said you need more, but also said we're not going to watch anymore. That's true. It's unless there's like a Rebirth showcase. Like, I won't be watching the launch trailer. I won't be allowing people to talk about it. Now, chat, here's the big deal. I'm just going to say the date. There's many things that go into it. Who you go on a date on is important. As the captain of Team Aerith, I will obviously be trying to go on a date with Aerith, right? Even in the OG, that's what I would do. There is one date I never got. Actually, I think there are 2 I never got. Because to get them is a little bit weird, but...
Till the day that we meet again, where
tiny Bronco. So here's the deal, chat. This is a little interesting. And the reason I mention this is that definitely looks like the tiny Bronco. That becomes one of the modes of transportation that you use in Final Fantasy VII. 7 ends up opening a lot of ways because the world is so kind of crazy and varied that you need a lot of different ways to travel. But the fact that they're giving us chocobos who can cross water and fly and mountains and all that, right? In a remake setting makes me wonder if they're going to include Tiny Bronco as a big part of the traversal, or if they're gonna cut into it, because it was actually very important with getting around and getting to some hidden stuff like the Wutai quest line. So I don't know if they're gonna do that. I'm super curious. It would be fun if they kept it like the OG. I think that would be fun. Question is, would it work? I think it could, right? Like I said, that's one of the best storylines in 7. And I can't wait to see them do this, man. It's gonna be a great and amazing and epic and break people. Yeah, Tiny Bronco could be story. You're right, we could abandon it and then rely on our chocobos. It'd make me a little sad, but I could see it. But they already showed that we're gonna be using the Dune buggy. So maybe they'll double up. We'll see, right? This is also incredibly interesting. Alternate reality. Aerith is unconscious. It's so interesting, dude. I want to know what happened to her. Why she's unconscious. Like, I wonder if the Aeriths affect each other. I wonder if the knowledge from the different timelines affect the Aeriths. For those of you who played Final Fantasy 13 too, you know that the whole, like, there are seers, like Sarah, who, like, when they see the future, it, like, physically affects them. They could be going that route, you know? I don't know. But I'm super curious. This is a beautiful shot, chat. The most interesting thing about this shot for me is the background. I know, Cali, I know, we gotta bear it, bro. The background here is really interesting because there are fate ghosts here, right? It's not just that we have, you know, the feathers. We have plot ghosts. And the background looks a little crazy from where this happened. So, again, I really want to know what's going to happen. Also, Aerith looking at me, chat. Just her looking at me gave me tears.
Please, I'm begging you. Lend me your strength.
Oh, man, chat. An amazing trailer. It is chock full of stuff. Like I said, I'm not even going to go crazy. Because, again, I want people to experience a lot of the game on their own. I think you guys deserve that, like I got when I played 7. If you get a chance, chat, this is the time to play Final Fantasy VII OG. If you have any interest whatsoever, this is now the time. You have a few months. Play OG Final Fantasy VII.